All right, Kevin, thanks very much. It is indeed a sellout tonight here at Schollmeyer Arena. They've been waiting weeks for this Kansas showdown. Appropriate. Everything's big in Texas. We're real happy to be here.
Big. Big Monday.
Big Monday!
Big Monday.
Big Monday's coming.
Hey, Big Monday's coming.
All right, be fiscal. Get into it.
Come on, it's Big Monday.
It's Big Monday. Now get on the line.
Big Monday is not just coming, Big Monday has arrived. And the TCU fans have arrived as well. They are rocking here at Schollmeyer, set for a showdown with the Jayhawks. It's Bob Wischusen alongside Fran Fraschilla, Holly Rowe with us as well. There is the race in the Big 12, and Fran, that makes tonight's game not just big because it's Big Monday, but big because there is a 14-year winning streak in this league for Kansas on the line. You look at those standings. Is it too much to say that if Kansas were to lose this game tonight, you would pick them to lose, at least not win the league outright?
I'll put it this way. The road to the title has gone through Lawrence, but a loss tonight by the Jayhawks, we might see a detour. However, they've got in Dedrick Lawson, Kansas does, one of the best players in the country. In fact, it wasn't long ago, about 4 weeks ago, that he had his season-high 31 against the Frogs.
And Holly Rowe, they need Dedrick Lawson considering the casualties they've had up and down their lineup.
That's right. Kansas will have to overcome adversity tonight. They will be without two starters. LeGerald Vick, who is not with the team for personal reasons, their second leading scorer and their sharpshooter from three, will not be here for the second straight game. Also consider this, Marcus Garrett will miss his fourth game tonight for Kansas. His ankle injury is not healing as quickly as they thought. His timetable for return is not imminent. And guys, that is a huge deal tonight because they will really miss his defense, particularly on the ball. Alex Robinson of TCU, so good with the ball in his hand. A freshman, Devon Dotson, will have to be on him tonight.
Kansas has lost 4 of their last 7, but coming off of a very impressive shooting performance that you watched Saturday afternoon.
When they make the 3-ball, they can beat anybody in this league, obviously. Not as good a team shooting it as a year ago, but very capable.
TCU has won back-to-back games after they went through a stretch where they lost 4 of 7. Set play, the lob on the opening play of the game. Pivoting inside, unable to hit it originally with Samuel, but try and try again, and he gets TCU on the board.
He was a little bit of a problem for Kansas in game 1. He made 6 of his 7 field goals.
Abaji off the mark, and it's out of bounds off of the freshman David McCormick. And speaking of freshmen, 4 of them starting for Bill Self.
It hasn't happened very often during Bill Self's reign, but those guys acquitted themselves well on Saturday.
Shot clock down to 8. Number 5 in America, Alex Robinson in assists. Gives it up to the corner to Bain. Knocks it down.
Great patience by Robinson. Held on to it as long as he needed to.
Robinson blocks Devon Dotson. Desmond Bain on the drive, kicks it to the corner. Miller with the spin move. Yes, what a start for TCU. We're back in 30 seconds as Kansas talks things over. Bob Wischusen and Fran Fraschilla, Holly Rowe. Big Monday and a big start for Jamie Dixon's crew.
Yep, and the key is when you've got a big game like this, which hasn't happened often here, you got to keep your team on a neutral plane. Can't get too high or too low. So far, it's been just right for the Frogs. Good start.
Abaji at the free throw line. Fouls. A reach-in call, just grazing the wrist, Alex Robinson. He disagreed, the crowd did too. Abaji to the free throw line.
We'll take a look right here. Abaji goes up. Little tap, easy call. Alex Robinson's got to know better than that. And this young man at the line, remember, he was redshirting until 10 games ago. Took the red shirt off against TCU, Bob. We saw his debut. And he's coming off a 23-point game on Saturday against Oklahoma State.
And Holly Rowe, can you believe it's only been 10 games that Abaji's been in the lineup?
Well, you know, today I was actually telling him how have the 10 games gone, and his teammates heard me say, you've only played in 10 games. They all feel like he's been with them all year, that it's been longer than that, but it has been so brief, just a moment in time in this season, but his teammates feel like he's been there all along.
And what a find he has been for Bill Self, taking the red shirt off Abaji. He is now indispensable. And speaking of indispensable, the player of the week in the Big 12, Desmond Bane, does it again.
Great look by Alex Robinson. Of course, he's done it his whole career here. All-time assist leader.
Quentin Grimes, short. Devon Dotson goes to the basket with the reverse. Beautiful move by Dotson.
He's so fast, so clever, Bob. Nationally, he's had an underrated freshman year for a point guard. He's played as well as anybody.
Good hands by Lawson. Watnoy recovers, 5 to shoot. Robinson with 2 to shoot, spins, loses his footing, tied up, no whistle, so it's a shot clock violation.
Great defense by Devon Dotson. As good on the ball as you'll see all year. We talk about Xavier Simpson, Trey Jones. He's in that range as far as an on-ball defender. You saw a taste of it right there.
Grimes on the drive, gives it up to McCormick, fumbles it, and turns it over. Miller from the wing, air ball.
He likes to shoot that shot. I would put it in my back pocket tonight.
Abaji weaves his way through traffic and draws a foul. He's going to go against Kevin Samuel. It's his first. And we talked about the find that Ochai Abaji has been for Bill Self.
Yeah, and it's not really the find that people would think. Take a look at the quote right there. Now, Bill Self will admit to a mistake, but when we watched this team early in the year and in the preseason, he felt he had enough wing players, Vic, KJ Lawson, Grimes, that he thought he could get away with redshirting this young guy. They knew he was good, but I think they've been impressed with his poise.
Mitch Lightfoot in the game for the first time as Bill Self goes to the bench. Watnoy gives it up, and Miller can't finish. Abaji's got the rebound. Kendrick Davis comes on for the Frogs as well, so 2 point guards on the floor for TCU, and that should help maybe free some things up for Robinson.
Definitely takes the pressure off of Robinson.
Noy for 3. That's way off the mark, and here comes Dotson. Dotson splits the defense. Up top to Abaji. Hits a triple.
Well, he made 5 threes on Saturday. When you watch that follow through, Bob, he is just what the doctor ordered, especially with LeGerald Vick on that leave of absence. More than an athlete.
Noy for 3. There's an answer. Watnoy has made at least 1 3 now in 23 consecutive games. And that close to a chance for a three-point play for Devon Dotson. The freshman goes to the line when we come back on Big Monday.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball, and the Alliance for Lifetime Income. Learn more at retireyourrisk.org.
Some players play well and look good doing it. Ochai Agbaji is one of those guys that just looks good doing it.
Watch this form now. Watch the follow through at the end. See how he holds it up there? That looks like a swan's neck. And that's what we talk about when we talk about shooting. Follow through into a swan neck and hold it up there. He does it well. Shoots over 40% from three. Obviously, it's still a small sample size. But there it is. Take a look, Bob. We've been working on this all day.
That's pretty good.
And there's your swan neck, but that's the follow. That's what the follow through looks like. And this young man not only has great athleticism and poise, but that ability to knock down shots from behind the arc, really important for this team.
The last 4+ games now, he's shooting 50% from three. 9 of his last 18 from three-point land. Four-point lead for TCU. The Frogs beat Iowa State on Saturday. Iowa State ranked number 17 for that game on Saturday. Noy from the corner, in and out. And this TCU team has never won back-to-back games against ranked opponents in the history of the program.
It's amazing. They had some really good teams in the old Southwest Conference. Good hands by Robinson.
Strips it away from Lawson. Bain to the corner. Shot fake by Davis.
You mentioned Davis. Having 2 point guards gives Alex Robinson a chance to take a mental health break and stay in the game. Doesn't have to do it all himself.
He's fouled by Lightfoot here. That was a big part of the first matchup between these two teams at Allen Fieldhouse. Kansas bottled up Alex Robinson really well. What did they do in that game? And then what's the adjustment tonight for KU to try, or for TCU to try and free Robinson up?
There was a lot of that game. They had a 6'6" guy on him, right? In Marcus Garrett. But the other thing that's happened since that game is little Kendrick Davis, the freshman, has really matured. The game has slowed down, and so they don't have to be as reliant on Alex.
Nice find by Lawson, and knocking it down is Devon Dotson.
Well, he shoots over 40%, Bob. He loves those corners.
Miller catches it under the backboard, out to Noy. That barely draws iron, and it's out of bounds off J.D. Miller. Well, Saturday, we'll have 3 of the top 5 teams in the nation on ESPN. Zion Williamson and number 2 Duke take on NC State at Cameron at 6 Eastern. Then it's a Sonic blockbuster at Rupp. Number 1 Tennessee, number 5 Kentucky. Both games streaming live on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. And how about Tennessee? They just keep on winning. They have won a school record 17 in a row.
And that's the first of 2 meetings, and Kentucky has played really good basketball. And people have forgotten about them just a little since that first game of the year when they got hammered by Duke.
Well, guys, I'm excited. Actually, tomorrow I'm flying from here to Knoxville, Tennessee, to do a sit-down with Rick Barnes. We used to cover him a lot here in the Big 12, and we will have a feature about Coach Barnes on College Game Day on Saturday. You can see that, all you Tennessee fans.
As Lawson hits the 3, what has been the formula for success for Rick Barnes at Tennessee?
He's got a bunch of guys that are tough, hard-nosed, under-recruited, better than people thought, and they play great as a team, and they've been together now a couple years. Doesn't matter, I've said this all the time, it doesn't matter what your ranking is. The truth is between this 94 by 50 court, and that's why Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield, and Jordan Bone are so good. There you see the numbers.
Yeah, they're not just winning, they're blowing people out.
Great defense. You saw them beat West Virginia, right?
That's a way to put it. They did beat West Virginia. Foul called on Lawson.
And he's got to be careful because they cannot play without Dedrick Lawson. We saw him hit that three, Bob. That's been a big weapon for him the last 10 or so games. His ability to be able to score at different levels.
Bill Self with Charlie Moore in the game now. So we've got 4 point guards on the floor, one aside. As Mayan hits the backboard first, and taking it right out of Samuel's arms was Lawson. Moore, tough shot across the lane. Traveling call. 4th Kansas turnover, but they've got the early 2-point lead on Big Monday. We're back in Fort Worth, home of the Frogs. And this TCU campus is a beautiful one. It is Big Monday, and a big moment a moment ago inside Schollmeyer Arena here at TCU, as 4 members of the TCU ROTC were just sworn in officially as members of the U.S. Army on the court and received a well-deserved standing ovation as they marched off the court. And marching back on the court now, a TCU team looking to break a 7-0 Kansas run. And doing just that is Lat Maya.
Good time to get Lawson involved.
Grimes. Long rebound to Maya.
Ooh,
a steal by Abaji. Robinson after him. And Abaji throws it down.
He gives you everything, but most of all, what he's given this team 10 games ago, energy and juice.
Robinson in the mid-range. That's over the backboard.
Well, this young man, we keep talking about him, and rightfully so. Watch him anticipate the passing lane, off to the races. And there are 17 NBA scouts here tonight. No, Jayhawk fans, he's not going anywhere yet, but he is the best pro prospect on this team. I just don't think Bill Self would have had him for 5 years, even if he redshirted him.
Skip pass for 3, and that is pure for Dotson again.
Kansas goes everywhere in this league, and they have the bullseye on their back. And they, even though they've struggled this year on the road, they generally are used to it.
Nice left-handed use of the glass by Kevin Samuel.
It's interesting, Bob. This young man, last 7 games, is only getting 4 shots a game.
Dotson again. That's a long rebound to Kwat Noy. Noy down the lane. Finishes with a finger roll. Lawson immediately double teamed. Abaji, floater, no. Tapped back. Out of bounds off Grimes.
Now we know Kwat Noy is a sniper from deep, but watch him stretch out right here. Gets all the way to the rim, finishes coming at you, takes off just inside the foul line. Good agility to finish that at the rim. The young man from Australia.
Kwat Gervin.
Yeah, I like it.
Little Iceman.
We're going to have to explain to
with the finger roll.
We're going to have to explain to him who George Gervin is, by the way.
We're going to have to explain to a lot of people that don't have bald spots like I do who George Gervin is, but Noy, a floater, and that's way too strong.
Here comes Dotson. Watch the speed.
Lawson the trailer. In and out. Offensive rebound. The putback is not there for KJ Lawson, but he'll go to the free throw line. It feels like there's a little bit of extra juice for this Big Monday in this game. Didn't realize this because you and I were here last season or the season before when a Big Monday game was played when Kansas came in. But the point was made to us earlier today. This is the first time in 3 years that the Kansas game is occurring on the TCU schedule, not over what would be considered Christmas break. There are a lot of kids that are here tonight that could be juniors or seniors. This is the first time they've been here to see a game against Kansas.
Exactly. And
it always has a different feel when the kids come back from break.
Back in 2013, it had a different feel when Kansas came here.
No doubt.
Highly ranked, and TCU at the bottom of the league. There's been some blips like that, but no, this student body is ready.
Noy down the lane again. This time he gives it up. Bain left alone. Steps inside for two. And McCormick clears. Abaji accelerates and draws the foul. Plus, put it in the basket. That is goaltending.
Don't think that ball was going in. Smart play by Abaji to get it up there on the contact, so he was in the act of shooting. Take a look. There's the bump. And, oh, man, I think it was going to be long, but, hey, doesn't matter now. Smart play by a freshman. Bob, the first night we saw him against TCU, you and I were talking about this. The most impressive thing about him that night, with no game experience, was his poise. And just how he looks like he fit in from the very moment they ran that lob play for him for the dunk.
R.J. Nembhard draws the foul on Charlie Moore. So Nembhard will go to the free throw line.
It was in Lawrence where R.J. Nembhard had his career and season high of 14.
Well, I asked Jamie Dixon what was different from last game to this game when these two teams met. He said, well, other than the fact that we're completely different, not much has changed. But he said that was the first game where they were really dealing with the loss of Jalen Fisher. That was the first game where they tried to start to work Kendrick Davis in as a second point guard. So he felt like they may not be able to be defended tonight the same way that Kansas tried to guard them the first time these two teams got together.
And yet Kansas has answered the call so far. They have been very solid defensively.
McCormick through a double team. J.D. Miller fouled by Grimes. Under 8 to go here in the first half. 4-point lead on Big Monday for Kansas.
Yeah, it's a good question, Seth. And I think they're a Sweet 16 team with a chance to go to the Elite 8 if Marcus Garrett comes back. I will just say this, Bob. If Marcus Garrett is back in 2 weeks, which we expect, even though they may not have Vic the rest of the year and the door is still open for him to return, they have enough with Lawson and these young guards to get to at least a Sweet 16 and beyond. They have one secret weapon, and that is they have a Hall of Fame coach who knows how to adjust his team to opponents.
And that window for the return possible for LeGerald Vic as Moore tries a three and can't hit it. He is off the team right now for personal reasons, back home with his family. And we do expect Garrett to be back in the not-too-distant future.
I think after tonight, Kansas will play one game in 12 days before they go to Lubbock. I would anticipate that Marcus Garrett will be back for the Texas Tech game on February 23rd.
Now, Seth mentioned the NCAA tournament. What about the importance of a game like this for TCU and their tournament hopes?
It's huge because they have 4 games against the 4 best teams in the league, all at home coming up. Iowa State, Kansas State, and Texas Tech. So they can make a lot of noise. You see them not in the picture. You know, I don't know if anybody thinks they can win the league, but they can definitely add to their NCAA resume with wins over those 4 teams that are at the top of the league.
Well, Joe Lenardi, in one of his most recent bracketologies, had 8 of the 10 teams in the league making the NCAA tournament field. Now, they'll probably cannibalize each other somewhat because they're not all going to make the NCAA tournament, but it does speak to the depth of the Big 12.
It does, and you know what? I think 7 for sure. And the crazy thing is, as poorly as Oklahoma's played lately, they have a lot of quadrant 1 and 2 wins.
Really nice pass, Charlie Moore to KJ Lawson, and that stretches the KU lead.
Listen, the one thing about playing in a game like this at home is you can have a tendency to freeze up a little bit. That's goaltending.
Score the basket for Kendrick Davis.
You know this.
McCormick got a fingertip on it.
You know this in sports. Sometimes you can want to win too much. Whereas Kansas is used to big games every single time they put on that uniform.
Devon Dotson weaving his way through traffic and losing it. Here comes Robinson. Gets a return. Flips one to the corner to Davis. Yes.
That's those 2 point guards we talked about, and they've been begging Davis to shoot that ball. He did it Saturday up at Ames.
Moore drives. McCormick tried to keep it alive. A run out again for Davis. Looking for Bain. Blocked to the corner by McCormick, but a recovery for TCU.
Plenty of time on the clock. And this is where having those 2 point guards is important. Either one a playmaker now.
Davis will go to the line. It's our next Super Tuesday doubleheader. Tomorrow night, Kentucky will host LSU at Rupp Arena at 7 Eastern. And then Zion Williamson and number 2 Duke in a sonic blockbuster against 16th ranked Louisville. Both games live on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. 2 ranked versus ranked matchups tomorrow night on Super Tuesday.
Yeah, LSU playing great. If you haven't seen Tremont Waters, their point guard from Connecticut, he's a sophomore now. He is one of the most electric players in the country. And Will Wade's done a nice job with that team. But this young man at the foul line, what a lift he has been as a freshman.
7 straight for TCU to take the lead back. KJ Lawson with an offensive rebound. Can't get it to go. Crashing the offensive glass is Abaji. Moore. Bad decision. Left his feet, turned it over. Robinson has his pocket picked by Moore, but it bounces right to Desmond Bain.
Jamie Dixon puppet mastering this offense right now, putting everybody in place.
8 to shoot. Robinson for 3. Tip to the corner, and there's Abaji again to find the loose ball. He sets up KJ Lawson for the reverse.
Not enough superlatives to talk about this freshman, but coast to coast rebound, rip and run, and then the find at the other end.
Shot clock winding down again for Kendrick Davis. Robinson, 5 to shoot. Robinson's going to have to put one up. Great defensive stand by Kansas.
Well, Dotson is so good on the ball. Robinson would have been better off shooting the first opportunity.
Dedrick Lawson to KJ. Dedrick Lawson with the back tap to Dotson.
Samuel's done a really good job on Lawson.
Moore for 3. No good. Kendrick Davis accelerates off to Robinson. Has a triple from the corner. Abaji. Here comes Kwatnoy. He won't hesitate. And here comes Charlie Moore back the other way. Abaji's going to wait for some help.
Oh, they don't guard Lawson.
Can't make him pay. Samuel is able to clear the rebound. Here comes Kwatnoy. Euro crossover. And a finger roll again. Timeout again called by Kansas.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats.
In the Kansas huddle, frustration spilling over. Dedrick Lawson just said something to Bill Self, and Bill Self, when he heard it, got a look of disbelief on his face and said, "You're out." David McCormick ran to check in, and Dedrick Lawson threw his water cup down, stormed out of the huddle, and he is frustrated. Just 3 points for the big man here in the first half. Udoka Azubuike grabbed him by the neck, tried to calm him down and talk him down. This is a rare moment of frustration. I have not seen this from Dedrick Lawson this season. Not sure what he said, but Coach Self did not like it.
He's 1 for 5 so far, 3 points. And Fran, how hard is it to deal with that as Dotson tries a 3 from the corner and knocks it down? Big shot for KU. And obviously Bill Self needs his best player, but in that moment has to sit him down.
Absolutely. Calm him down. I'm sure he may keep him out the rest of the half, but he'll talk to him. It is rare, as Holly pointed out. Dedrick Lawson has been a great teammate this year, and he's averaging 20 and 10, and he's struggling tonight. So that's obviously a big part of it. Got to coach your team the last 2 minutes now. You can't worry about who's not in the game.
McCormick in the post. Muscles one up. Lightfoot with the tip follow.
What else is new?
Davis from the wing. And Abaju's got the rebound.
Four freshmen out there right now for Kansas.
TCU thought it was out off of Abaji. Desmond Bain claiming he didn't touch it. And now the officials get together and change the call and give it to TCU.
Take a look right here. Did Bain hit it? I couldn't tell. Abaji didn't. Sign of respect. They've got Dotson on the other freshman. Davis.
Hendrick Davis with 5 to shoot.
Look at Dotson.
Off balance floater is good. His first career 20-point game was against Iowa State in the win on Saturday. Hendrick Davis had 22. Dotson does it again. What a first half he's had.
You get a sense that he knows that they need his points because he's usually not this aggressive. He's more of a playmaker. But he understands what the team needs right now.
His 14 leads all scores.
And you just see the maturity of Kendrick Davis. He's played a lot of first half minutes in TCU's biggest game of the season.
Alex Robinson, shot clock again down to 5. He'll try an NBA 3 and bury it. Jamie Dixon wanted a timeout, did not get it. 7 to go in the half. Quentin Grimes looks up, 5 seconds to go. Step back 2, yes! And that ends the half. Deadlocked at 37. high-level play in the first half of this game.
Few turnovers, excellent execution, and a lot of young guys making big plays.
Let's go to Holly.
Hey, Coach, Dedrick Lawson with 3 points. He appeared to get a little frustrated in that last huddle. What's going on with Dedrick?
I don't know. Just probably needs to play a little better, and we probably need to do a better job getting him the ball. Thanks, Holly.
Thanks, Coach.
We are tied at 37 here at the half on Big Monday between Kansas and TCU. Stay tuned for the Jeep halftime report coming up after a short timeout. Welcome back to Big Monday. We were told at halftime that the amazing Tyler was the halftime act. We didn't know what was going to be so amazing about him. And we saw him do that. I think that qualifies as amazing, less than amazing. Bob Wischusen, Fran Fraschilla. The always amazing Holly Rowe, though, will join us in just a moment. It is Big Monday, and it has been the little guys on Big Monday that have made the biggest impact in a tie game.
When I love what TCU is doing, they're playing 2 point guards. This allows them to be on the court at the same time, but one of them can rest. Now take a look. Watch Davis, who's had a terrific first half, the freshman. He cuts through to the opposite corner. Alex Robinson has the ball. Watch Davis. He's taking a mental health break in that corner while Robinson runs pick and roll, throws it back to Mayan, and he knocks down the three. So that's worked really well for TCU. 15 points and 6 assists for those 2 point guards.
Let's check the game track brought to you by Alliance for Lifetime Income, and it has been a point guard dominated game. Dotson has been the best player for Kansas. He's got 14. The combination of point guards, 15 points and 6 assists for TCU. And of course, the storyline we will follow here in the second half. Can Dedrick Lawson find his game? Finding his game since he first debuted against TCU is the freshman Ochai Agbaji. What a chance for a 3-point play. Terrific finish as he kept his eyes on the rim.
And it started, Bob, with, once again, great on-ball pressure by Devon Dotson. These 2 guys have been electric tonight. They are just sizzling athletes. They play with great motors, and what an impact they've had so far.
The foul on Robinson, his second. He's got 2. Grimes has 2 for Kansas. The only 2 players in the game with 2 fouls. A nice stop and pop for Desmond Bane.
Remember, Lawson was ineffective in the first half. Let's see if they get it to him.
He's blocked inside by J.D. Miller. Bane crosses over. He's met out of bounds, and a moment ago, Jamie Dixon stopped by and chatted with Holly Rowe.
Coach, offensive rebounds, how do you get more of your misses back?
Well, I think some of the shots may be a little quick, so we're not there to go and don't know they're going up. That's part of it, but we got to take good shots. That's the main thing.
What else did you talk to your team about?
Penetration, containing their penetration. Got in the lane too much, all right, whether it be post-ups or drives.
Thank you, Coach.
Kansas was able to shoot 50% from 2-point land in the first half, to Jamie Dixon's point.
Yeah, they did, and that's because Dotson is just so good at getting to the lane, Bob. And we've also seen Agbaji do that as well.
Robinson. And Lawson is able to outlet to Grimes. One bounce to Agbaji, and he'll go to the free throw line. Bane called for the foul.
That's a dilemma when your point guard goes to the rim. Nobody gets back. Look, Robinson gets into the paint, and a good smart play by Dedrick Lawson, who outletted that ball quickly. Kansas beat the Frogs up the floor.
Nice find by Grimes as well. He made the decision to make that pass while that ball was still floating to him, it seemed. Knew right where he wanted to go with the ball. Have you seen an improvement in Quentin Grimes' game over the past few weeks?
He's more confident, more aggressive. He's still not making the amount of shots he needs to. But Bill Self has been on him about his competitiveness, and there is improvement there. I think if you walked into Kansas's gym right now, quite frankly, and you watched them and you didn't know who Grimes was and who Agbaji was, Agbaji's playing like the number 8 ranked recruit in the country.
Ten to shoot.
They got
Alex Robinson bottled up.
Yeah, Robinson's got to throw it in there.
Gets caught in midair. And now a kick is going to put the shot clock back up to 20. That's a break for TCU.
I mentioned earlier, Bob, in the last 7 games, Kevin Samuel has only taken 4 shots a game, and he's hard to guard in there.
That time he couldn't convert, and then commits a foul.
Well, he's too far away from the basket.
That's the second on Samuel.
Kansas offered Ochai Agbaji a scholarship last February. It took him about a week to decide. Prior to that, he had very little major college interest. I think Nebraska, Wisconsin come to mind. Xavier, maybe.
He was a soccer player, right? He only played a couple of years of high school basketball. As Lawson misses everything. And it's out of bounds to TCU. There's our colleague Jason Witten, who has made the trip over to Schollmeyer tonight to take in Big Monday.
See him at TCU and some SMU games on occasion.
J.D. Miller to the bench.
Look how quickly Jamie Dixon's gone back to that 2-point guard offense.
Here's Kendrick Davis bringing it up.
He did not wait long.
Bain, nice shot fake, and connects.
He's been quiet, Bob, but we know he can heat up. The junior from Richmond, Indiana, already over 1,000 points.
Seal inside for Lawson. Still can't get it to go. Very frustrating game so far for Dedrick Lawson. Bain, long pass to the corner. And that's off the mark for Kendrick Davis. Back the other way comes Grimes. Lawson tries a 3. Maybe that'll get him going.
Well, he's been red hot from that spot. Over the last 6 or 7 or 8 games, a lot of confidence from the top of the key.
Well, if I would have told you we would have played nearly 4 minutes into the second half and Dedrick Lawson would still be looking for his first 2-point field goal.
I'm going to predict he's going to get a double-double tonight. Anyway.
He's at 6 and 6 right now. Robinson for 3. Agbaji's got the rebound. Dotson leans in. Here comes Desmond Bain. He'll cross over and accelerate.
Well, Grimes unfortunately had no chance. When a defender's backpedaling like that, it's hard for him to stop. Bain saw that right to the rim.
Lawson seals inside. Still can't get a 2-point goal to go. Bain. That time he took an extra step. 7th turnover for TCU. A 2-point game. Little over 4 minutes gone by in the second half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Ally Bank. Do it right.
Dedrick Lawson has been struggling from 2, but don't worry, his game from 3 is on point tonight. He is 50% in this game shooting from beyond the arc, and there's a good reason why. He told me that early in conference play, when teams started to double him, making things more difficult inside, he really wanted to expand his range. So he has been making 250 threes a day, not just shooting, making 250 threes a day. You can see that has paid off in his last 6 games, and as frustrated as he's been tonight, at least that is still working in his game. Now if he can just finish, Fran, it'll be great.
Yeah, that's a great point, Holly. Bill Self told us early in conference play, I have complete confidence that he can make that shot from the 3, and between the hard work and his coach's confidence in him, it's become a really nice weapon.
Bob Wischusen alongside Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe on Big Monday. Alex Robinson on the run out of the Grimes miss. Sets up Miller. Blocked by Lightfoot. He'll try again. Challenged again by Lightfoot, who's got the rebound.
Unbelievable defense at the rim right there. Mitch Lightfoot put his hand straight up and he made J.D. Miller shoot over him, and he made sure not to foul.
Grimes again. This time he knocks it down.
That's that confidence we've talked about. He was big in the second half against Oklahoma State when Bill Self had a little heart-to-heart with him. And right there, no hesitation.
Watnoy with a shot fake. Lightfoot blocked it again. Dotson with the left hand. Dedrick Lawson, an offensive rebound. He'll go to the goal and finally get a two-point basket, and Jamie Dixon wants a timeout. Kansas getting it done at both ends. The big men taking over.
Well, Mitch Lightfoot returning to the scene of the crime. Last year he had 6 blocks in this building, and watch him just close off the rim. Nothing easy. And then here comes the drive by Dotson. Watch, no hesitation from Grimes. But look who is back. He was a missing person in the first half. Big Smooth with a little smile on his face. And he is ready to go down the stretch.
Well, when you're number one in the league in scoring, rebounding, offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, field goal percentage, and free throws made, you are the player of the year in the league, and you have to be a factor at some point for your team to win on the road. And all of a sudden, the supporting cast has done a great job. But if Dedrick Lawson starts to show up, Kansas is going to be tough to beat. And again, they get a stop defensively.
Another great play by Mitch Lightfoot.
Well, TCU coach Jamie Dixon in that last timeout just told his team, we're not trying to score the right way. We're not doing it together. We're doing it one-on-one. We're not passing the basketball. Kansas is passing. We're not. We saw that on that last possession. One pass and then a bad shot that wouldn't go in. He's got to get more movement on the ball.
To your point, Holly, a perfect find as Dedrick Lawson sets up Devon Dotson, the largest lead for KU, up to 10.
He makes about 70% of those shots in the corners, Bob. It is uncanny how accurate Devon Dotson is in those corners.
Dotson with a takeaway. And Kendrick Davis with a foul. NBA Wednesday, the doubleheader starts in Minnesota. James Harden looking to add to his historic scoring streak. Rockets, Timberwolves, and then it's off to the Rose City for what could be a good one between the Warriors and Blazers. Our coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7 on ESPN and the ESPN app. The Wednesday night NBA doubleheader.
Feels like Kansas is in a groove right now.
Dotson from the corner. Desmond Bane like lightning to the rim. The reverse. Hangs and won't go. And here comes Abaji. Grimes. Not there. And that might be basket interference or a foul call. Looks like they're going to call Lightfoot for a foul.
Well, if you're watching NBA basketball Wednesday night, Minnesota Timberwolves, you'll see Andrew Wiggins. If you want to know the last time that Bill Self started 4 freshmen in a game, you go back about 5 years or so, 5 or 6 years. Selden, Mason, of course, Joel Embiid has become one of the NBA stars. Andrew Wiggins, scoring machine for Minnesota. These young guys have played really well tonight, Bob.
That's the only time in the Bill Self era that he has started 4 freshmen before now. Dotson to Abaji. Lightfoot the follow, it won't go. And Robinson comes out of the pack. Gives it up to Davis. Bane sticks it back up and in.
TCU has got to make it more uncomfortable for Kansas to run their offense. Obviously, KU still wants to go inside to Lawson.
Lightfoot tries a jumper. Watnoy fouled by Dotson. Under 12 to go. Kansas on top by 8. It's Big Monday, a sellout here at TCU.
The young Blue Devils take their high-flying show to Louisville to face an experienced Cardinals team led by Jordan Nwora. Catch this clash of the ACC Tuesday at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
That is going to be a good one, as Duke, the third highest scoring margin in school history potentially if they keep it up. And Louisville in the midst of a brutal stretch, playing 4 consecutive ranked teams. I actually called their game on Saturday where they lost in overtime at Florida State, in a game they had a double-digit lead in it.
And Chris Mack has done a great job with that group. Jordan Nwora has really improved.
Do you think he's a pro?
Marginal, can really shoot it like a pro. Not a super athlete, but a super college player right now.
Watnoy, inside position, and scores.
Like it out of the timeout when the coach draws up a play that goes to somebody's strengths. There he posted up Grimes. He had the size, and they got 2 points. It's all about defense right now for TCU.
Lawson fouled by Kevin Samuel. TCU still with a foul to give.
Well, by and large, J.D. Miller and Kevin Samuel have done a very good job tonight guarding Dedrick Lawson. But Bill Self in the last 4 or 5 possessions has made it a point to try to go inside.
To Abaji off the inbound, and he has an ear-to-ear smile after he threw that one down.
Those freshmen have been outstanding tonight. Dotson with 17, Abaji with 17.
Miller too strong from the wing. Dotson off to Grimes. That hit the backboard first. Dotson tried to run it down, tipped away by Miller. Dedrick Lawson lost it. It'll stay with Kansas.
Always got to be aware of the lob play from Kansas. Take a look. Little curl off the screen, and they run it for the right guy. The 3 games before Ochai Abaji they took the red shirt off him, Bob, Kansas did not have a dunk. It was one of the reasons Bill Self said we need this kid's athleticism.
Dedrick Lawson. And now Dotson with 10 to shoot. Lawson opposite side in the post. Comes up short. Gets his own miss. Lays it in with the left hand.
Such a quick jumper. Such a good feel for the game. Watch how quick he gets back off the floor. Miss. Right spot, right time. Great use of the left hand. I mentioned those Kansas freshmen, Bob. They've combined for 40 points tonight, those 3 guards. They have been absolutely terrific.
Watnoy fouled on the drive. That's only the 3rd team foul on Kansas here in the second half. That one will go against Dedrick Lawson. That's his 2nd. Charlie Moore in for Grimes.
Remember I talked about that detour on the road to the Big 12 title? If Kansas wins this game, they will share a piece of the title. Mark it down.
If they lose this game, are they out?
No, they're not out, but they're going to, I would say they're not going to be part of the championship. But if they win tonight, they will be favored in every game except for the game they go to Texas Tech on February 23rd.
Well, they have a rematch with Kansas State coming up at home. As you said, still have to go to Texas Tech. Robinson short from the corner, and Dotson's got it. But if they lose tonight, that's a full 3 games behind K-State in the loss column just to share the league title.
That's problematic. Kansas has shared the title before.
McCormick draws a foul. on Lat Mayan.
They will not mind sharing it again if they keep the streak alive.
If you win 15 in a row, you're allowed to share it once in a while. That's just an amazing streak. Now there is a distraction here from the student section, and it is giant Jamie Dixon that makes his appearance in the second half. That is a good job by David McCormick to shake that off. If you'd like to know more about giant Jamie Dixon, he debuted in a West Virginia game. He is 17-2, by the way, and that is quite the wingspan.
Well, it didn't affect David McCormick's first one. That is a wingspan. I'm going to tell some of my NBA friends about that.
Yeah.
Good job by McCormick knocking both down.
Robinson lost his footing, turned it over.
Telling you, part of the reason he's lost his footing is because Dotson is an absolute Tasmanian devil on the defensive end.
And doesn't foul.
I'm telling you, Bob, from day one, and I mentioned earlier, watch him move his feet. He's already falling, so that's a turnover. I know, Trey Jones, Jay Billis loves him. He is a great defender. Xavier Simpson at Michigan, but you got to put Dotson in that level. He's so poised.
McCormick gathers and hits.
He's going to be a good player. It's going to take a little more time. He'll run his own race, but he'll be a very good big man for Kansas.
Just when TCU was poking at that lead, KU responds, and now it is their largest lead, up to 12.
This is old hat for KU.
Robinson challenged on the jumper again by guess who? Dotson. Out of bounds, though, to TCU.
I think right now TCU is frustrated. They're taking much tougher shots than they need to take. And it's because Kansas has kept their poise for the first 32 minutes.
Dotson does such a good job, and did the last time these two teams got together as well, on Alex Robinson. When Robinson's game isn't as the playmaker, are there enough other answers offensively for TCU in their system? Or if you take him out, are you really going to struggle?
And that's why they play Kendrick Davis so much, because it takes the pressure off of Robinson.
Payne forces a three and hits it.
That's a tough shot right there. If you're Bill Self right now, you go, I'll live with that one.
Abaji traveled. 9-point lead for Kansas. Can TCU and their crowd and Big Dixon get them over the top? We'll see when we come back.
Well, Big Jamie Dixon is quite an internet sensation. Fans love him. I wanted to give you a little context of just how big he is. He's quite large. He lives in a storage closet up in the marketing department. We actually visited with him today, and we were allowed to take his wingspan, guys. That's what I was the most impressed with. 13'6". He's got a 17-2 record, and I really enjoy his joints. I think that's where I like him the most. Is his arms are fun.
I think he's a big stiff myself.
He's shallow. Doesn't have any depth of character.
Yeah.
Lat Mayan for three.
That's another good hustle.
Noy runs it down.
Not a good shot. First one, fortunate. Give Kansas defense credit.
Noy for three, and that's short.
Yep, it's been great half-court defense. And Bob, how about the bench for TCU? They've come up empty in the second half.
Yeah, goose egg so far in the second half as TCU seems to be settling now with Robinson unable to create offense. Foul on Lawson.
Got him for a little swim move inside.
I might be reading too much into it as Charlie Moore goes to the bench, but it seemed like Bill Self was a little upset with Charlie Moore because Lawson had position and Moore didn't throw it in quickly enough. And then with Lawson jostling, he committed a foul.
He's 5'11". It's not as easy for him to throw it in as it would be, say, for Grimes, maybe Abaji.
Robinson in the paint. Samuel fumbled it out of bounds.
More great defense by Dotson. Right now, Alex Robinson is like a quarterback who sees like 8 defensive backs out there and doesn't know where to throw the ball.
He's seeing ghosts.
Yep.
Dotson. Thrown out by Samuel, but score the goal. It is goaltending.
Devon Dotson, I think this ball's on the way down, but watch him get to the basket. He's great going left. Hard to tell from there.
Doug Sermons made an immediate goaltending call.
He did. But I'll tell you, the story of this night has been Kansas freshmen. Those 3 guards have dominated this game, and they've done it, Bob, on both ends.
Robinson draws a foul this time.
Well, you see the terrific play and night of Devon Dotson, and there's a good reason. He has competent, confident competitiveness inside of him. He said that because he played so many different sports, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, he even played hockey, and he even swam for a while. He said, I believe in myself athletically. He said different sports bred confidence in different movements, and we see that from his foot speed to his confident athletic ability. His dad said he played up in all of those sports with older kids every single time. This is a young man that just believes in himself because he's been doing it from a very young age.
I'll tell you who else believes in him, Holly, Bill Self, because you don't play 32 minutes a game as a freshman point guard of Kansas unless the coach believes you can do it. He has been absolutely rock solid all season.
Dedrick Lawson leaned in, traveled. Does TCU have a push in them in the last 6 minutes?
Well, they're getting stops last few possessions, but now they have to manufacture opportunities either to the rim to get fouled or some driving and kicking out for 3 plays.
Noy. The long rebound to Bain. Robinson, a step back, way short.
I think Alex Robinson's trying to do too much.
Mitch Lightfoot draws the foul on Kwat-Noy. And that will be a 1-and-1 as both teams are now out of fouls to give. Well, Saturday, 3 of the top 5 teams in the nation are on ESPN. Zion Williamson, number 2 Duke, host NC State at Cameron Indoor at 6 Eastern. The second half of the doubleheader is a Sonic blockbuster. Number 1 against number 5, Tennessee and Kentucky at Rupp, 8 p.m. Saturday night. Both games streaming live on the ESPN app so you can watch anywhere.
And that's the first of 2 matchups between Kentucky and Tennessee. Last year they met in the SEC championship game.
Desmond Bain beats Kansas down the floor, lays it in, and the TCU bench screaming for an and one, and they didn't get the call.
Well, Ray Mazzilli said, I didn't see a foul.
I think they missed that one. To me, that one looked like an and one. Lawson for 3. Hendrick Davis to the rim. The follow, not there for Samuel, but a foul call. Let's see if Bain should have had a 3-point opportunity.
Well, he's relentless in transition. Watch how strong he goes to the rim. There's the drive. I don't see much there. It's a great basket. Little bump maybe there. That could have been called. But watch the speed of Kendrick Davis, Bob. And we talked about that. A-Rob hasn't had a great night, but with 2 point guards out there, It allows him to rest. You saw the speed of Kendrick Davis getting coast to coast.
That foul was the 4th on Lawson, by the way, as he challenged Samuel. So now Dedrick Lawson goes to the bench.
Well, I would normally say that is a very big deal. But the way those three freshmen have played, and McCormick, not so much, but I don't think if you're Bill Self, you're going to leave him out very long. Not with 5 minutes to go.
Grimes, spin cycle. Lightfoot follows.
Oh, man. I would love to be Mitch Lightfoot walking across KU's campus tomorrow. You talk about pats on the back. You never run a play for this guy, and whether it's 2 minutes or 20 minutes, this is what he gives you every night. It's more about the front of his jersey than it is the back.
Born in Kansas City, moved to Arizona when he was very young, and was a heck of an Arizona high school basketball player, right?
Absolutely. With Route 66, maybe, from Kansas City to Arizona. No, Gilbert Christian High, one of the best players in the state. I remember seeing him at the Under Armour All-American camp. Didn't know he was going to attend Kansas. A lot of Pac-12 schools, but dream school was KU, and he accepted a scholarship knowing that he would likely be the kind of role player that he's turned into.
And with the injuries to Marcus Garrett and Udoka Azubuike, and now LeGerald Vick on a leave of absence from the team, those minutes trickled down to players that hadn't gotten them before. Well, Mitch Lightfoot, a good example of taking advantage of that opportunity.
They're not letting Robinson go left.
And the shot clock's at 7. Kendrick Davis. This time, he'll lean in and draw a foul with 2 to shoot.
Well, Fran, and to your point, that was something that the Kansas coaches made a big deal about in scouting report is Alex Robinson, you have to stay on his left hand. During that last possession, you could hear all 4 assistants of Kansas on the bench here screaming, sit on his left hand, sit on his left hand. They did that, and he had to give it up.
Yep, great point. That's what, when you get into conference play, Bob, it's like playing with the guys in the neighborhood. Everybody knows each other's tendencies, and so you have to have a counter move. You can't be a one-arm bandit.
That foul on Lightfoot, his 3rd. Robinson pokes it away from Dotson.
Biggest possession of the game for TCU.
Kendrick Davis. What a chance for a 3-point play. Lightfoot's 4th.
What have we talked about all night? Robinson maybe needs a break, so they have the second point guard out there co-piloting the plane. And that time, a fresh Kendrick Davis with the burst, and watch the strength to go right at a 6'8" forward and put him in jail. That contact through Lightfoot's chest eliminated Lightfoot's chance to get vertical.
Lightfoot with 4, Dedrick Lawson with 4, and Dedrick Lawson's back in. Robinson all over Dotson, and he's called for the foul. It'll be a 1-and-1 for KU when we come back. 5-point game on Big Monday, under 4 minutes to go.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball, and Boost Mobile. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Back on Big Monday, Bob Wischusen, Fran Fraschilla, and Holly Rowe. A 5-point game, under 4 minutes to go. TCU trailed by as many as 12. They have cut the lead down to 5 over the last 4+ minutes. And the freshman pair of Abaji and Dotson have been magnificent for KU.
Both ends of the floor, Obviously, the offense speaks for itself, but the poise. You wear that Kansas uniform and you play 2 or 3 years, you understand what it's like to go on the road. This team is 1-4 in conference play on the road, but this certainly would be a huge boost, especially when Bill Self has committed to those young guys.
A 1-1 for Devon Dotson. Looking to go over 20 points for only the second time this season. And he can't do it. Stuck on 19. And a chance for TCU to make it a one-possession game.
And now Dotson, Bob, just like we thought, he's guarding Davis. Best defender on an effective scorer.
Kwatnoy goes around Lightfoot. And the lead down to 3. A steal by Davis. Finds Robinson. Lays it in. Timeout, Kansas.
Well, watch Kwatnoy now. They chase him off the three-point line, so he knows to drive by Lightfoot with the 4 fouls. And then watch the 2 point guards. We talked about it all night. Co-piloting this TCU plane and trying to take it in for a safe landing. 3:24 away from a huge upset.
Lawson loses it. A chance for TCU to take the lead. Desmond Bane saves it right to Lawson.
He tried to catch that ball one-handed. That's a no-no.
But a yes as he gets the steal. Out of control. Jamie Dixon wants things to settle down. That'll do it. Robinson settles it in for 3. Lawson fouled, a reach in on the drive, and Jamie Dixon can't believe it.
It's the second time in a row that they put Lawson at the top of the key and spread the floor on J.D. Miller. Robinson got the first steal. That time they called a foul on that second play. But you saw how they tried to get Lawson in space and open up the floor for the left-handed drive.
Second foul on J.D. Miller.
Confidence in the freshman Davis to handle the ball. Robinson resting. These guys played last year in high school, and Davis got the better of Grimes.
Miller fouled by Lightfoot, and that'll do it for Mitch Lightfoot. He's out.
Kendrick Davis has seen this movie before. They put the bigger Quentin Grimes on him, and he said, you know what? We played in high school. I won that matchup. 2 guys come to Davis, and he finds J.D. Miller going to the rim. Great poise for the young guy. We've been talking, Bob, about poise all night. And these freshman backcourts have done a terrific job of handling this atmosphere.
Kansas hasn't scored in nearly 3 minutes. They led by 12 with 9 minutes to go in the game. And it seemed right about then was when Kendrick Davis started to take over and make big plays.
I agree. I think they waited. They didn't wait too long, but he was so dynamic in the first half, and you could see Robinson needed a little extra help. Now they've tried to open the floor for Lawson last couple of possessions.
J.D. Miller with a big rebound, and TCU milking a 4-point lead.
There's that Houston matchup again.
Five to shoot. Robinson launches. Tap to Grimes. Abaji in traffic, forces one up. No good. Edric Lawson on the offensive glass. And Bill Self will call timeout. 2-point game with just over a minute to go.
Now this run by TCU has been started because of that backcourt. And Kendrick Davis has been outstanding. First, Bain to the rim in transition. The little guy coming back at you with the three-point opportunity. And then the steal and the finish by the senior. Getting it done. Big three by Robinson, the all-time assist leader here. They are sharing the ball down the stretch.
Over the last 5 minutes and 10 seconds, it's a 15-4 run for TCU. They were down by 11 to Cal State Bakersfield in their season opener and came back and won. That's their largest comeback of the season. This would flip back because they trailed by 12 with 9 minutes to go in the game.
Now, if you're Bill Self now, all you're talking about is, let's get a stop. It's a one-possession game. Let's play straight, solid defense. Let's make sure we block out and get the possession. If we have a transition opportunity, maybe a steal, take it and go with it. But if not, let's get it up the floor and let's work it through our All-American, Dedrick Lawson. For TCU, you're going to have the ball in the point guard's hands. And in this case, I really like something for Desmond Bain. He can shoot the three, he can drive it, he can make his free throws.
Frogs trailed by 9 at one point on Saturday at Iowa State, came back and won over number 17, Iowa State. They have never in program history beaten back-to-back ranked teams.
They better get a little press offense right here.
And now it's back in the hands of the freshman Kendrick Davis. 1 minute to go.
Size of Grimes on Davis.
Davis knocked out by Lawson.
Under 2 minutes, they'll
They're going to go to the
it.
monitor.
Yep.
It looked like Lawson knocked it out. The question was, did it graze the fingertips of J.D. Miller after Lawson touched it? Let's show you what the officials will see. Lawson touches it there. Did it touch the fingertips of Miller as well?
That's a tough angle right there. Let's see if we get another one. Oh boy.
Wow.
I think it changed. I think it touched J.D. Miller from that angle. Yep, easy call. The only blessing in disguise for TCU right now that they've lost the ball is they will get a chance if they get the offensive rebound and Kansas ties it to get the final possession.
It's almost like missing a shot while going for a 2-for-1.
Yes. They didn't get the one, or the one shot. Where's Lawson?
He's trying to seal inside. Skip pass instead. A floater. KJ Lawson ties the game.
Okay. TCU's got a timeout. They can use it.
Would you use it?
I would not use it. But I'd want to make sure we've practiced this situation.
Amy Dixon's going to let them play.
Shots shouldn't come until about 4, unless they get a wide open look.
5 seconds. Robinson needs help. 3 seconds to go. Kendrick Davis, did he get it off? They'll say no, and it didn't go anyway. Overtime on Big Monday here in Fort Worth. We will step aside quickly and come back with bonus basketball. It's been a fun Big Monday, and it's not over yet here at TCU. Kansas is 2-0 so far this season in overtime. This is the first time this season TCU will go to overtime. And here's why, as Kendrick Davis couldn't beat the buzzer.
Yeah, and you got to get to the rim. You can, once again, who we talked about all night. Devon Dotson would not let Alex Robinson get to the basket, and that forced a tough shot by Davis. It's just critical when you have the ball that you get something going to the basket, but Dotson is like a Velcro. This is fun. This is a tipping point game for both teams. If Kansas wins, I believe they'll share a piece of the title. If TCU wins, it's the first of 4 games at home versus the top 4 teams in the league. So there is a lot at stake in the last 5 or the next 5 minutes.
If Kansas wins, they will stay in that race towards the top of the league. If they lose, they will fall all the way down into 5th place by themselves, and they would be 3 games in the loss column behind Kansas State.
Well, I thought Bain could have driven it. I thought he had the alley.
The quick trigger. And KU has their first possession of overtime.
Double bonus both ways.
Dotson will drive it. An offensive foul. Kendrick Davis stood his ground.
Bob, have you seen the difference between Kendrick Davis 10 games ago and the guy we're watching tonight? I talked to him earlier today. I bumped into him in the lobby of the arena, and I said, "What's changed?" He said, "I've learned to be patient. In high school, I could always be, go, 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 go. No one could stop me. Different in college."
Noy well short from the corner. Devon Dotson's got the rebound. Grimes comes up short. Davis accelerates.
There's that patience we talked about. A year ago, it would have been to the rim.
Bain. Miller. Couldn't knock it down. Thought he was fouled. Abaji's been quiet in the second half. Dotson. Abaji wasn't expecting the pass. Got it anyway. Adjusted and hit a 3.
Abaji was about to go rebound it. He thought for sure Dotson would shoot it.
To shoot. Davis Away from the screen with 4 to shoot. Amongst the trees. Lawson stood his ground. And Dedrick Lawson deflected that shot and got the rebound.
Well, he didn't even have to jump. He knows, right? 5'10" guy coming at you, just hold your ground.
Dedrick Lawson, yes, took advantage of the size differential with Robinson, and now Jamie Dixon wants to spend his first time out of overtime.
Well, take a look now. J.D. Miller looks like he's going to get a dunk on this off the dump off by Bain. And there's the challenge. Got a couple hands there. He just missed it. But this is amazing. Watch this. Ball swung. Everybody touches it. Ochai thinks that Dotson's going to shoot it. He's surprised. But guess what? The swan neck still works when you hold that follow through above your head like he did.
We said we've only had one other time in the Bill Self era where he has started 4 freshmen, and that was back in 2013 when Embiid, Selden, Wiggins, Frank Mason started. He's starting 4 freshmen once again out of necessity now, and look at what they're producing.
Well, the Hall of Fame coach Al McGuire used to say the best thing about freshmen is that they become sophomores. For Kansas fans, the best thing about these freshmen is they probably will be sophomores next year. They've been outstanding, but I think they're all coming back, and experiences like this just helps the team grow. This is a team playing without Gerald Vick and Marcus Garrett. Garrett back soon. The door is open for Vick.
Watnoy with the reverse, plus the foul.
You know what I like about him, Bob? Kansas has taken away the three-point line tonight from Watnoy. Look how far out KJ Lawson is guarding him. So he's been really effective going to the rim. And that is bad news for that guy and for his coach.
It fouls out Dedrick Lawson. So now Lawson and Lightfoot are both done. So now it's next man up. Now it's McCormick back in the game. It'll be KJ Lawson and David McCormick manning the baseline. As soon as we're done here in Fort Worth, Sports Center is set to take over. Mitch Lightfoot is fouled out. And now Dedrick Lawson joins him on the bench. Conversely, TCU doesn't even have a player with 4 fouls midway through overtime. Alex Robinson and Kevin Samuel both have 3. That's the only foul trouble for Jamie Dixon. And at this point, I didn't even equate the foul trouble.
Yeah. Well, at this point, you got to figure out if you're KU, who you're running your offense through, and I think it might have to be Dotson attacking the basket.
He's left alone for 3. In and out. McCormick tried to keep it alive and drew a foul.
Well, McCormick picking up where Mitch Lightfoot left off. Shot goes up. That looks good. But McCormick tips it, keeps it alive. Then you see Robinson poking his hand in there.
And that's the 4th on Robinson.
Let's see if Big Dixon can be a factor back there. I love that, man. That is awesome.
2 misses from McCormick. He's 2 for 4 tonight. He was 5 of 11 at the line coming into tonight, so rarely there. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Kendrick Davis. He'll go to the line, and that foul on Quentin Grimes.
Great play right there. It looked like that horn set where they put the 2 bigs up and watch the big man disappear. And what's left in the lane? Nothing. So what does Davis do? Puts his head down and draws that foul on Grimes. Really well executed.
That's the fourth on Grimes. But now it's Kendrick Davis's turn to cost his team points at the free throw line. One-point game. Grimes from the wing. Air ball. J.D. Miller spins to the baseline, draws another foul.
Good recognition by the senior. He had the freshman on him. He caught it about 12 feet from the basket. And then he deftly put his head down, pivoted, got himself to the line. 127th game in a row for this guy at the foul line.
He's never missed one in a TCU uniform, but he missed a free throw there. 67% free throw shooter coming into tonight, and he ties it up with one of two. KJ Lawson, the floater is good.
Oh, great job right there. The ball movement was exceptional. Drive it, kick it. Lawson didn't shoot the three, but he drove it.
Kendrick Davis accelerates to the rim. McCormick blocks it, but a foul call. And that big collision has the freshman slow to get up. Quentin Grimes is fouled out. So that foul right there on Grimes, before he ever got near McCormick, fouls out the third Jayhawk. Grimes, Lightfoot, and Dedrick Lawson are all out.
Well, one thing Bill Self does not want to do now is go to a second overtime. Or Chris Tehan's going to be warming up in the bullpen. This bench is already depleted.
That'll bring Charlie Moore back in.
Garrett Winstra right next to him, a all-state player out of Kansas.
Well, the bad news, he's got three players that have fouled out. The good news is there's no other player for Kansas with more than two.
Right.
So the five guys on the floor, none of them are in foul trouble yet. Bob Schusen, Fran Fraschilla, Holly Rowe.
Man, I'm falling in love with this kid at the foul line, I'm telling you.
It's been a great big Monday here in Fort Worth. Overtime, but a miss and a one-point lead for Kansas.
I love the ball in Dotson's hands, and I love it with him playing downhill. I would use clock.
He goes downhill and gets fouled, and he's hurt. Devon Dotson went down hard, and it looked like he landed on the small of his back. And he just needs to work this one out.
Jamie Dixon's trying to get a free timeout right now. Yeah, I would call my guys over. Now watch Dotson go downhill now. That's a charge. That is a charge. Take a look now. That is a charge. He's set. He had 2 feet on the ground first, in my opinion, and he's allowed to move sideways or backwards. Very fortunate right there. I don't see this kid missing these.
He's still trying to work out that collision. That's the first make of the last 5 free throws for Kansas, with Big Dixon lurking in the background.
Well, Big Dotson's going to make this one too. Don't need a three if you're TCU. You'll take it if it's wide open. Go to the basket, get the two. And you don't want to use a lot of time.
Miller works his way to the rim, flips a wild one up, and draws a foul on McCormick.
See, David McCormick had good position, Bob, but he slides into the shooter. He just needs to stay still. Watch it the last minute. He's going to slide into the shooter right there, bumps him. And he doesn't have to do that. Miller's not making that shot with his left hand.
Eight points tonight for J.D. Miller and 1,002 for his career. One of two at the line, and McCormick's got the rebound.
Don't want to foul Dotson.
But they do have to foul. And there is the foul given by Bain, and he does foul Dotson.
So much time right there. That's where you want to trap the ball out of Dotson's hands. I mean, McCormick is a 46% foul shooter. Let's watch this right here. Now, Bain almost gets a piece of this. But when Dotson gets it right now, just run two guys at him and double him.
The fourth best free throw shooter in the Big 12. 79% coming into tonight, but he has missed a couple. Not now, though.
TCU can still play the game where they can get the two, set up their press. Don't need a desperation three if they trail by 4.
They do trail by 4.
You got to put your head down and go if you're Davis.
Robinson thought about an NBA range three. Instead drives it. Throws up a wild one. No good. Dotson's got the rebound.
Well, it's not over yet, but the road to the Big 12 title will still travel down I-70 until further notice.
And it's because of our player of the game, brought to you by Phillips 66. And it's that freshman right there about to step to the line to try to add to a career-high scoring night.
What a game.
That fouls out Alex Robinson.
Instead of Kansas on the front of that uniform, Bob, you might as well just put a big bullseye on there, because that's what they are every time they go on the road.
TCU about to fall to 2-18 all time against Kansas. They trailed by 12. They got it to overtime. But KU, a little too much as McCormick gives a needless foul as he hacks at Kendrick Davis. Up by 6 with 4 seconds to go.
And what I said about freshmen, they become sophomores someday.
Well, here's what you have to avoid. If you're up there with some big wild swing, and the officials rule this a flagrant foul,
no doubt,
all of a sudden it's 2 in the ball, and it might not be over yet. What are you thinking?
Well, that's what Bill Self wants to know. That's what David McCormick is muttering to himself. Rudy Tomjanovich said, never underestimate the heart of a champion. When you put that blue uniform on, you are a champion.
Kansas as Bill Self's team survives here at TCU. 82-77 is the final as Kansas stays in the thick of the Big 12 race. And they win it by 5. For Fran Fraschilla and Holly Rowe, I'm Bob Wischusen. So long from Fort Worth. It's time to send it to SportsCenter.